Hi, my name is Phil and I'm bringing this 90-year-old canoe stern motorboat back to life. She's 32 feet long and her name is Jabiru. This episode I'm going to look at sanding the surface of the hull, the filler that I've just put on, and hopefully getting a coat of sealing epoxy or two on it. So hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Well, before I start sanding, I thought I'll show you the array of sanding implements that I have to begin with. So to start with, I'll be using that small grinder or small sander, I guess you'd call it. And I've made up this aluminium plate which has got shock absorbing rubber pieces on here. Now I found this on a YouTube channel. I think it was called To Build a Catamaran or something like that. And the guy had been a jeweler, and he said that if you have these 4 legs, you can actually see what you're sanding as you go. So I thought I'll give that a go. So that's to take the rough bumps off and the shiny surface off so that it's easier to sand. Now the next implement after that, and that's run at a fairly low speed as well. So we'll see how it goes anyway. You'll be able to make your own judgment on whether that's a good idea or not. The next one, and also suggested by the same fellow, but I've modified it a little bit from what he did, is an inline sander. Now this is air operated, and it's got 2 pistons, and it has 25mm travel. So I've made it so that it pivots here and here and there and there and there and there. So it'll go around the shape of the boat a little bit, but it'll also take off long pieces. The other one that I've got is this is used for car body work, I think, and you adjust this and you can either have a concave or a convex base on it. It's a little bit short for my purposes because I've got to bridge the overlaps as I go down the hull. So the final, and this is where the torture part comes in, is I've got this piece of 1/4-inch ply with 2 blocks, and that'll do the final fairing on the boat. So hopefully by the time I get to this, most of the work will have been done by those power tools. So I'll now give it a go and put a mask on, give it a go and see how we go. This will have Velcro tape on it, and it'll use the same 100mm wide, either 60 or 80 grit, or maybe even 40 at times. I'll experiment as I go. So I've still got to put the Velcro on this, so I doubt that I'll be doing any finishing today. I'll just be going roughly at the big bumps and looking at where I need to put more filler in, because there's plenty of ripples in the surface from the keel to the gunnel direction, not so many in the longitudinal direction. So it's pretty smooth longitudinally, but especially around the curve of the bilge, there's a few lumps there that I didn't want to plane out earlier because it would have made the planking just too thin. So I'm filling with filler rather than shaving off structural timber. So we'll see how we go. For general smoothing in tight areas like this, I like to use the old Orbital sander. It weighs about 1 kilogram and it's a great machine. I just love it. Found this sander very uncomfortable. It had a trigger that had to be held on all the time, and it was a very ungainly handle. So I put a bracket on here which holds the valve open, and I put a little hose on it with a ball valve. So when I turn that on, it goes, and it'll just continue going until I stop it. And that's got a handle that I can hang on to nicely. There are a number of low spots which I'm going to refill, and then resand again. So I'll have a good look over the whole boat. There's also an area down here, so there's things like that. That's a low spot. All those are low spots, so they need to be scraped, and I've scraped a few of them here, but they need to be scraped. And then there's an area here where there's a bump here, so this area here's got to be filled, and that area there's got to be filled, just to be able to make that a nice smooth round bilge. So there's a dip there which will have to be filled. So, and the other thing is, this is the area that I haven't put very much filler on, so I'm going to refill all of this as well as do the areas like where there's dips like that. So I want to fill above this join system from there to there, and from there to there, and from there to there. So I'll do that, all of that this afternoon, and then we'll probably let that sit for a week or so, make sure that it's nice and firm to sand. So, and in the meantime I'll go around and start cleaning up the other side. Well, I'll just bring you up to date on what I've been doing. There's an area here that I hadn't put enough filler on, so I've reapplied filler on that and I'm leaving it for roughly a week. I've sanded this stern area of the boat here, and then I've reapplied filler to get a few bumps out, and then I've sanded this end right up to about 2/3 the length of the boat, and then I've refilled any low points. And this is about the 5th lot of putty to go on the boat. It's the final. These small pieces here are just filling up small air bubbles in the filler. Now that I've vacuumed this all off, I'm going to wipe it down with acetone before the first coat of epoxy.
I'm about to introduce Joss. He's one of my grandchildren, and he's shown an interest in helping to paint the boat. So he'll be here in a minute and make himself known.
Hey,
Hello!
am I late to the party?
How you going?
Good. Oof.
Well, I'll have to get you a roller out now.
What's up with the boat?
Eh?
Why does it look like this? Oh, so can I touch it?
Yeah, you can touch it.
What's up with it?
It's been putty
Woo!
and I'm gonna pour a bit more in here.
Quick question. Does this stuff come off easy or not?
Yeah, you have to roll it different ways to make it cover.
I just gotta be careful not to let any get on me.
I don't know if I'm going to get a whole coat on the whole of this boat today or not.
Oh, right, the top.
So see how you've got that little ridge at the top of the side, Joss? See how you've got this like join along here where you've got along the side? Yeah, you need to smooth that in. Yep, keep going.
Yeah.
And see how you've got little brown dots showing through? You've got to make sure they're all covered.
Brown dogs.
Just keep rolling it, and you have to press pretty hard
I am.
and roll over the joint, yeah, like you're doing there. And then up a little bit higher.
Roll in that joint.
Good man.
So come all the way along the straight edge there. You've got that change in colour. Yeah, that's it. You want to smooth that in. All the way up to the front.
Front.
The front of where you've started the overlap.
In Australia we have a quite old-fashioned saying to infer that something is good or someone is good, and that is to call someone or something bonza. Now I used that term on Joss and said he was a bonza little helper, and I really appreciated him coming. And this was his response.
Also, put a little comment down below if bonza is if you know anyone who actually says bonza, is that even a real word? Put a comment down below, please. I would love to know. That would just be nice, and thank you in advance if you do say something. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I may have said something to the audience.
Good. What'd you say? Oh, I'll see when I play the tape back.
Well, actually, I asked a question. Put a comment down below if bonza is actually a real word.
Are you asking the audience?
Yes. I asked them to put a comment down below down below.
Thirsty, eh?
No. Fix my fingers.
What you're looking at now is the last part of the second coat on the hull. So the next day I came down and I did a third coat, but there's no video of it because I left the camera at home. But that's okay, it would be just a bit of more of the same. So, which is why I didn't show you most of the second coat, because that's also a bit of more of the same. So the next job I have to do is complete a mould to make an oil tray for under the engine. It's going to be fiberglass, and so I've got to do that, and I'll make that up this week sometime, the mould that is, lay it up, and then I've got to go away for a couple of weeks, and then by that time the epoxy will be nice and firmly cured, so I'll be able to put the wheels back on the boat and turn it over again to get ready for the installation of the engine. So and shaft and propeller and all that stuff. So that'll be all there is for today's episode. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.